Kim, I saw that we recently released the results of State of Work in America, and I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about the survey. I have an upcoming meeting with a technology sector client, and I saw some information that would be great to be able to share with them. I'm interested in your insights. Do you have some time to speak to those possibly?
One key theme was around well-being. So we saw that mental emotional stress as well as long hours were key reasons why employees are feeling stressed out or burned out at the organization.
Yeah, I mean, the technology sector is under a lot of pressure these days. You think about the headlines, thousands of jobs lost, thousands of individual workers laid off, and really in an environment that they probably are enjoying at some level for a lot of different reasons based on the information that you see. So it's really interesting perspective and context.
Yeah, and I think that, I've noticed that too with my tech clients, just with how stressful the environment is, that, the issue she just was talking about, mental health, big benefit that folks are offering. And part of it is just folks know that, hey, we're paying competitively. Everybody spent a lot of money on pay recently. And so now it's all about how do you keep those folks? Yeah. And it's not that easy. And so, when I'm talking to tech companies and leaders, what they're talking about doing is just making sure that they have their employee value proposition set. How do employees align with mission? And really, what's their role? How do we treat employees? That's kind of the mantra of the day, because money's not keeping folks at these organizations anymore because everybody's spending money.
Yeah, I think the workload part of it, the long hours, probably speaks a bit to their ability to manage capacity and demand on the client side. I think about technology workers, not only in the tech sector, but technology workers in other sectors, and they share kind of similar issues I would see. So it's really interesting around the workload and the stress of the environment, the reductions that are going on, how that's showing up in these data.
There's a big fear among technology employees about layoffs, about job security, and those were two reasons why employees said they would leave an organization. We've also seen among current employees that they're switching jobs a lot. So we saw many saying that in the past 12 months they have switched jobs, and they've actually stayed within the technology industry when they have switched.
Yeah, I think I saw a lot of thousands of job openings last year, and certainly fewer job openings this year. But the hunt for good, cool work, the use of really high-end tools, probably the environment, the freedom, the flexibility they have to do good work is an ongoing issue, and I could see that that's showing up in the data as well.
Yeah, they're still leaving and looking for other jobs. And ultimately, it's, nowadays creativity is essential. When it comes to technology, and technology is trying to solve a lot of issues that we've been dealing with over the last few years. So how do you get those people? Yeah. It really comes down to culture.
Well, there's a lot of hot skills, and if I don't have development opportunities within my current environment, I'm going to seek either a leader at another group that will support me or expose me to, whether it's AI or cybersecurity or cloud computing. These are in-demand skills. So I want to get more exposure to those things. I can see that, yeah.
Right, so people who have switched jobs in the last 12 months, there's a strong majority who are actually actively looking for what's next. Where am I going to go next? And when we looked at the data as far as why somebody joins an organization, why do they stay with an organization, advancement opportunities was one of the key reasons.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost table stakes at some level, right? If you think about a tech worker and the evolving landscape of technology and skills demands, that if I'm not providing those to my employees, they're going to seek it on their own. So that's resonating with me.
Yeah, and I think you've seen a lot of that because, again, folks spent all this money on comp and benefits, and then when it comes to, again, how do leaders engage, that's what it really comes down to, again, is how do people fit into the mission and the strategies of the organization. And the other issue is just, how do we ensure that those communications, it maybe requires a little bit more formality nowadays, but it's very employee-centric at this point.
I could see there's ongoing struggle within the technology organizations, within the tech sector itself, is the career track as an individual contributor versus a leader. And the pressure on leadership, if I'm thinking I'm an individual contributor now, my growth opportunities and leadership, maybe it's not the environment for me to start to lead a team. So it's another context that'll be great to share with a client for sure. This has been really terrific. I appreciate you spending a bit of time here and joining in, offering some solutions and insights. It's going to be a really good conversation with a client. Really enthused to be able to share this with them. Thank you.
You're welcome, and have a great meeting. If you need any other data, just you know where to reach me.
Excellent.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, bye.